Good morning and welcome to Wholesome Roots. Today we are going to plant some ginger. That's right, ginger. If you have a long growing season and a warm growing season, you can definitely grow ginger. So when you're growing ginger from the rhizome, or root as most people call it, even though it is a rhizome, the first step you're going to do is break your hands up into usable pieces. So you want a couple of eyes per node. So you, just like with potatoes, you want to have at least a couple of growing points. I have broke these up to sections that I think are going to do well and grow a decent amount per piece, and I'm just going to plant them very shallow in nice rich garden soil and keep them pretty moist at first while they sprout. It's best to plant it in early spring because it does require a long growing season. So it's going to grow all the way through till the first frost, and that is when we can dig up our roots. Ginger loves rich composted soil like this, full of organic nutrients. It's actually very easy to grow ginger. All you're going to do is make a shallow trench. Few inches apart is fine. They grow up tall and skinny, so they don't have to have a whole lot of space, but the more space that you give them, the more the roots can spread out. But the roots do well even if they're crowded, so don't feel like you have to give them a lot of space. So all you do is you place them in the trenches, and it really doesn't matter what side up. If you do see a growing node, you can point that up. But as long as they're in the soil, they're just going to pop up and grow in the correct direction anyway. So then you just lightly cover them with soil, just a little bit, just enough to cover the rhizomes. And you can even have a little bit of it poking out like some people do with their irises, because they are a shallow planted plant. And then once you have them, I'm going to cover all of mine because I want them to stay nice and moist. That is one problem you could run into if you don't cover them all the way, is moisture issue. But if you're growing them in a pot in your house, if you don't have a long enough growing season, then you might get away with keeping them slightly surface level so that they don't get too wet. That's it. We're done. We are expecting more rain, so that's going to water them in. Otherwise, I would water them in really well, and the soil is actually really wet from the rain we just got. So that's it. Simple, easy. Come this fall, we're going to have fresh ginger root to nom on, and it is so good. I've done this before, and the results were awesome. And I have friends who grow ginger on their farms, and they've shared it with me, and it is so much better than store-bought ginger. And by the way, this is store-bought organic ginger root that they had on sale. It's usually $2.99 a pound. It was 67 cents a pound. You bet your bottom dollar I bought as many as I could fit in the bag. So this is a good way for us to get a great start on a small amount of ginger. Well, a large amount for you guys, probably, for if you're just growing for your family, but we're hoping to be market gardeners someday. So this will be good enough to give us enough of a start that we can have more to plant next year and to harvest for our family use. So I'm pretty excited about this. So that's it. Simple, healthy, easy to grow. Ginger root is a wonderful thing to have in your house. I put it in everything, literally. I put it in soups, I put it in stir fry. Ginger goes into every smoothie. It's so healthy and it's so good for you, and there's so many benefits to eating fresh ginger. So I hope you guys get a chance to try it, even if you have to do it in the house. You can do it that way too, as long as it's a sunny location. So if you would please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.